Welcome back, MTG Joe here, and gonna do a quick one today, but wanted to get this deck out early. This is something you'll probably run into a bit on the ladder more recently. This is a Crokeyz inspired list. It is a green-black Golgari Henge deck. So similar to past seasons, you're kind of leveraging off of Rotting Regisaur and Lovestruck Beast to drop in early the Great Henge, which then lets you draw cards off your creatures, gain life, and kind of ramp ahead. Kind of the tech and advantage with this deck is Whisper Squad lets you search for more copies of itself and then get him into play, and then you get to draw cards off it and trigger to gain life like that. This is an Obosh companion deck, so we are only playing cards with odd converted mana cost. So we have a number of 1-drops in the deck: Gutterbones, Knight, Whisper Squad, Pelt Collector. We also have some Shadowspears to play with our big Rotting Regisaurs. We also have the addition of Hunted Nightmare. This is a new card from Ikoria. 3 mana, 4/5 menace, that when it enters the battlefield, your opponent gets to put a death touch counter on one of their creatures. But otherwise, you're playing pretty aggressive curve and then some undercosted fatties. You also have Kiora, which can be used to untap the Great Henge, kind of give you some advantage there. And you could effectively go a curve of like Rotting Regisaur, something else. Obosh, have your Rotting Regisaur attack for 14 damage. Otherwise, you got some castles and a bunch of duels. The sideboard wise, keeping with the trend of odd cards, you have some Duress, Soul Guide Lantern for Graveyard Hate, Drill Bit as kind of a Thoughtseize effect, some Murderous Riders, and some Cavalier of Nights as removal and kind of reanimation out of the graveyard. So we'll play this, test it out, probably just run a game in ranked. I have the MCQ coming up this Saturday, so I'll be streaming that if you do want to stop by on Twitch. We'll be doing it fairly early in the morning to get through the games. As of right now, I'm going to be playing Jeskai Luca. I'm just the most familiar with it. It's a very good deck. We're playing not Crokeyz. Hey Zerg, how's it going? Playing a Yorion deck. Let's just keep it. We have the castles as card draw here. So here, I think I'm gonna go Pelt Collector on 1, because that lets me go Knight into Lovestruck Beast next turn. So the one thing with these Yorion decks is they have moved away from having as many sweepers in the main board, so it's something we can target. This also lets us play around to Fairy fairly nicely. I would like to get a Great Henge down if possible. So Omen here will likely hit the Knights. So because of that, I'm going to drop Lovestruck Beast. Ooh, Hunted Nightmare is nice. So I'm going to pump up the team here. I'm doing this now because I don't have a creature to give Death Touch to. And then I can Lovestruck Beast next turn. I can also just play out the Kiora.
I have practiced against the thoughtfulness before action.
So they got Elspeth Conquers Death. They don't have a board wipe yet, so Rotting Regisaur is probably a better follow-up afterwards. So I'm going to do this now. It puts a counter on the Pelt Collector. Take them off Narset. And even at this point, if they steal something, it's not the best what they're stealing, even if they take a Rotting Regisaur. Okay, Elspeth Conquers Death, probably the Nightmare. And they're dead. Nice and quick. So in this matchup, the Duresses, the Drill Bits, they want the Murderous Riders. So Shadowspear could come out. probably don't want the Pelt Collectors. Keep the Kioras. Do I want... thinking on the play... They'll bring in more removal. They'll bring in Clarions. I like the Hunted Nightmares. Lovestruck might be a little weak. And maybe trim a Henge. Play 2 Riders. I didn't catch all of Crokeyz stream today, so I didn't see his sideboarding plan. Winning game 1 is good, because they're going to have more removal game 2 and 3. Yeah, we'll keep this hand. So next turn, we probably still go double 1-drop, because if they go into Clarion, then I just go into like Rotting Regisaur. There is a... Nah, I think we just play. Let's see if they have Clarion. Okay, so that signifies to me they don't have the Clarion. Otherwise, you wouldn't have played that out. So this can be a Teferi potential bounce. They don't have double blue, which is also good. I'm going to play this out first. This makes me discard where I want to get them out of some resources and play this when I have less cards in hand. Ideally next turn, it's just play this tapped, hold up Murderous Rider. Yeah, still get a card draw off this. So next turn, I'm probably... that's kind of shitty. And then here they can Yorion. Bounce the... Actually, I could play out both. I just want to get cards out of my hand.
And you look like lunch. Nature flows with vigor.
I think we just play this out. I want to get utility out of this Murders. Oh, but this taxes me, so I can't even play it this turn. Fine. Them getting rid of this isn't that bad. They can get Yorion back. Let's go Obosh this turn. I want to be able to play this for 3. And I'd rather wait for this to go away so they don't get the target back, because I can kill it this turn. Okay, so they Omen here. Okay, they might not have Luca. I'm not going to attack this turn because I don't want this to die so they don't get the blink. Let's see if they attack in. So something like Great Henge would be good here, just to give us some card advantage. Maybe should have kept the Shadowspears in. They could make a token and block with everything. Death Touch at this point with all the tokens. And then I get to draw a card this turn at least. Okay, so they're probably going to go Agent here, take my Obosh. We'll see if they wanted to Dream Trawler or Agent. Nope, they get the Agent in here.
Tools of war surround me.
So at this point, we're probably dead. Drawing all this, yeah. We're dead at this point. So I think we just want to be more aggressive. Let's see what we want to cut. Kiora doesn't seem that good. Probably want some more numbers of that. The Hunted Nightmare, maybe we trim down to... Maybe just cut these Pelt Collectors. They're not that good. Keep one Shadowspear. This has Menace, so it's harder to block. Draws us a card. Rotting Regisaur. Still Rotting Regisaur is good. Maybe just trim down a drill bit. Yeah, let's try it like that. Still learning this deck. It's a newer deck, so sideboarding is a little precarious. I think the games are really going to vary. If they have the board wipe around turn 4, they're going to be in a much better spot. Gonna mulligan this. Okay, sounds much better. This lets me go drill bit on 2. Hopefully get like a board wipe out of their way. I do want another creature. Fire, Conquers Death, Aether Gust. So Aether Gust doesn't do much against us. I'm going to get rid of the fires. It lets them get the furthest ahead. Okay, Whisper Squad's actually great. It's multiple bodies. We kind of need a big boy here. Interesting they brought the Gusts in against us. Let's see what they target here. I guess it's a play against Henge. They can Gust that away. Because other than that, like, it's a Obosh they can hit and some Lovestruck Beast, which we cut down the numbers of. I think we just... I'm going to play this out, because if they have a board wipe, I don't want to make a Whisper Squad. I want to be able to draw off Castle. Okay, so they have the fires. They have Omen of the Sun. It's actually very annoying. I'm gonna draw here. Jeez. Interesting. So they're playing for Luca. We are just drawing all our lands this game. So I know they have ECD. I could bring this back. They can also just Yorion blink everything. If they hit a land. I think we hold off. We need to find something more impactful. I've seen a lot of lands this game. Taking 4 damage to draw a card. Okay, that's no land at least.
Mind and body should move in you. Hone your prowess.
Okay, they got Luca, so they're stealing stuff next turn if they draw a land. It's kind of silly. So they have the Aether Gust as well. I should have put this on. Gained a little life. Just play this tapped. This is an annoying game. Just never drew anything but lands.
Keep an open mind.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Get up Tef.
Sorry I'm late.
They're just trying to find their land here.
Here we go.
I think we're dead here. They're just getting so much value. That's a bad break. We played well the first game, just didn't draw any spells. Nothing to reduce the henge there either. That matchup's actually not too bad. You could get under them, but not drawing anything but like our curve really stops at 3 for the most part. Opponent goes first. Janagra is going to be a Fires deck, so I think we want to be the aggressor here. Oh no, this is Cat Oven. So this hand is not well equipped versus Cat Oven. This is Jund Sacrifice. They just use this as another effect. No blocks here. Well, now our hand's garbage. Tell me they have Oven. Shadowspear is good in this matchup, but we're a ways away. I think we want more action. Main board, we also just don't have a lot of answers. I think we just activate here. Post board, it'll be better. We can bring in Graveyard Hates. Heartfire. That's rough. Just kill our board. Interesting tech out of them. So I'm going to play around. If they go Heartfire, I can pump this up. I can also block here. It's annoying because they can do it on demand. So we activate here, they sack these, they kill this. We get it off the table, like, we get these creatures off the table. They're out of cards in hand. They do have Jingantha, which is a 5/5, so bigger than our Obosh. Lovestruck's actually decent here. So I think what we do... I'm using this more just as a blocker here. I think I'm going to hold off on the Whisper Squad because I want to be able to activate it to create tokens or get more copies of itself. And we weren't able to do that last turn. We have Obosh we can go with. I think we just do... We can go Whisper Squad. I could go Kiora.
Why do I love Krakens?
I just want to get cards out of my hand so I can draw cards.
Myself.
Their favorite, definitely game one, just actually having removal versus us. So they can sack something, but I'm happy with where we stand. A Henge would be very good. So the problem is this kills something when we play it out. Well, that sucks.
One drop ripples and grows.
Drawing our 2 Fabled Passage in the matchup where having Fabled Passage isn't good. So this is like Murderous Rider in matchup. It's really going to come down to who can castle better. Them hitting Priest is very good just because it's going to deal a lot of damage. So they will get to kill something here. We'll see if they put it to my face or to one of my creatures. Just need like one big creature just to kind of get the chain going. I guess I can do a Obosh. Obosh does draw me a card off Kiora. Oh no, it's only 3 power.
I love to make a splash.
I don't know why I thought this was a 4/5. I got it confused with the Nightmare. So they can sack for Priest. Even in this matchup, just their companion being a bit bigger. Ah, jeez. Yeah, we're dead now with the double Mayhem Devil. So they sack those 2. We have to sack something, but they have 4 triggers that go on the stack, so they deal 4 damage to my creatures. That does 2 more triggers. I block the 5/5, but I take 6, and I'm dead. So no removal game 1 hurts. So in this matchup, probably want the Cavaliers just as a big body. Kiora doesn't do that much. Shadowspear is good. The Gutterbones could come out. They're not really going to do much. Pelt Collector can get bet. Nah, I'm good before dinner. Don't have to worry about doing dishes. I think we just run it like that. The lanterns, I don't think we want. I'm the one cooking tonight, so I get to choose when we get off. I'm gonna finish this game and then we'll run it through. Haven't seen Jund sacrifice in forever. I think we keep this. I'm just gonna get this out of the way now. Next turn we can double 1-drop into Rotting Regisaur. If they have Oven, it's a bit annoying, but it lets us play ahead of curve. That's super annoying. Just gonna attack with the Whisper Squad here. I'm not gonna block with it, so might as well get in a point of damage. This isn't really a Whisper Squad matchup. Did I bring in the Riders? I did. Like, this is worse against Claim, but they don't have a sack outlet right now. Okay. So this does put a counter here. Gonna discard the Whisper Squad, I think. Okay, so that lets me play Obosh this turn. So I can play out Hunted Nightmare and give this Trample. But this gets Death Touch, so then they need to decide if they want to block. Or I can attack in, see if they chump, and then go from there. Probably score a free attack here. I just want him to, like, maybe value trading that off. So if they have another creature with the Death Touch, they can deal with this Menace here. That was a nice play by the opponent, waiting for upkeep to Heartfire. I do like this tech of Heartfire in this deck. Next turn, I'm just going to shock in and probably play Obosh. No castle in this game is a little problematic. So I'm attacking here because this can deal double damage. If they block, they need to double block because of the Menace. And if they sack the cat, then they don't get the Death Touch. They do get to sack the Priest. But overall, we're in a pretty good spot this game. This having Trample gets around the cat block sack. They can do that with Obosh, but just throw the whole team in. Figure the damage was coming there anyways. They could put a damage on Pelt Collector. I guess I could have made this 5 power, which I probably should have. Getting Mayhem Devil off the battlefield still pretty good. And now I get to go Regisaur. Don't think I want Knight. I'm looking for like Henge here or something like that. Henge is good. We did put a Shadowspear at the bottom. Okay, so they have their own Regisaurs. Worth noting. Yikes. I think we just need to still be aggressive. We do double damage. Done a great job of never drawing Henge in this deck. So they have the Devil. Murderous Rider would be good. Henge would be good. How about another land? Because why not? We're in a very good spot in this match. Now we're probably dead. Opponent stumbled on lands, but Cat kept him alive. Playing it out anyways, but this is frustrating. Yeah, they're hitting us for 5, plus they have the Cat for a drain and a point of damage. So we really need the Henge here. But I think we're dead. Yeah, we're probably dead. They bring back the Cat, it's 1 point of damage. They drain, that's another point of damage. They sack the Cat and they drain, so they had us dead on upkeep anyways. Alright, so I'm going to wrap this one up. I'm not crazy about this deck. It is one that I just want to feature because most of the time when Crokeyz does something, you'll see a lot of it on the ladder. Little awkward at times. Like, you're playing a bunch of 1/1s for the most part, and then you're going to see some board wipe decks, and then a bunch of token decks. So I'd be interested to see, like, against Cat Oven, stuff like that, how it really fares out. Like, Rotting Regisaur can be a beatdown if unprepared for, but the deck looks a lot better if you draw Henge, and just not drawing Henge doesn't really help. Anyways, gonna wrap this one up. I'm working for the next video. I'm working on a Grixis Luris deck, kind of like a mid-range Delvery style tempo deck. So I'll feature this on the next video. Otherwise, thanks everyone for stopping by. We'll catch you next time. Have a great one.